Hey there, Soap Squad. Welcome back to Peacock TV Spoilers. We are still reeling from that insane cliffhanger, but we need to talk about the Days of Our Lives spoilers for Thursday, June 25. Grab your coffee, because the DiMera and Horton families are about to explode. Let's kick things off with the absolute disaster that is the DiMera family dynamic right now. Peacock TV Spoilers. We've been tracking this for weeks, and the tension has finally snapped. Kristen DiMera, a woman who usually doesn't startle or rattle easily, is officially running scared. And can you believe it? She is absolutely terrified of her own brother, EJ DiMera. We all saw EJ DiMera confront Kristen DiMera in a blind, screaming rage after he connected the dots about her sending Sophia Choi to assassinate his son, Johnny DiMera. Let's be real for a second. You do not mess with EJ DiMera's children. EJ DiMera is channeling the darkest, most ruthless energy of his father, Stefano DiMera, right now. Kristen DiMera knows that EJ DiMera isn't just going to slap her on the wrist. He is plotting a massive, potentially lethal revenge scheme. For the first time in years, the predator has become the prey, and Kristen DiMera scampering out of the DiMera mansion like a frightened mouse is both shocking and honestly incredibly satisfying to watch. I absolutely love seeing Kristen DiMera finally face some real consequences for her psychotic behavior. But here's the kicker. Kristen DiMera isn't just going to hide in a corner and wait for EJ DiMera to strike. Oh no. She is turning to the one man in Salem who has the muscle and the mercenary background to actually stand between her and EJ DiMera's wrath. Kristen DiMera is going to track down Xander Cook Kiriakis and literally beg him to be her personal bodyguard. That's crazy. I can just see Xander Cook Kiriakis puffing his chest out like King Kong, absolutely relishing the fact that the great Kristen DiMera is groveling at his feet. Xander Cook Kiriakis has spent years trying to wash the blood off his hands from his days as Victor Kiriakis' ruthless henchman. But we all know that bad boy energy is still simmering right beneath the surface. He loves the thrill of the danger, and Kristen DiMera is going to offer him a deal that appeals to his ego and probably his wallet. If you ask me, this is a huge mistake because of what it means for his family. I personally believe that Xander Cook Kiriakis accepting this job is going to completely detonate his fragile reconciliation with Sarah Horton. Sarah Horton and Xander Cook Kiriakis are finally living under the same roof again, trying to create a stable environment for baby Victoria Kiriakis. How on earth is Sarah Horton going to react when she finds out her husband is playing human shield for a psychotic attempted murderer? Sarah Horton is already under an unimaginable amount of stress at the hospital, and bringing DiMera mob warfare to her front door is going to push her right over the edge. I passionately defend Xander Cook Kiriakis' right to redeem himself, but this is a massive leap backward into the darkness, and it is going to cost him everything. Meanwhile, across town, the psychological trauma is reaching a boiling point for the younger generation. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Thursday, June 25, reveal that Holly Jonas has developed a terrifying new theory, and she is sharing it with her boyfriend, Tate Black. After suffering those horrifying physical collapses, Holly Jonas's paranoia is in overdrive. She is starting to wonder if her former tormentor, Sophia Choi, is actually still alive. And honestly, I don't blame her. This is Salem, people. Faking your own death and floating down the river is practically a rite of passage in this town. We saw Stefano DiMera and Lexi Carver do it, so why not Sophia Choi? The trauma of the cyberbullying and the guilt of Sophia Choi's presumed drowning is eating Holly Jonas alive, making her question her own sanity. But if Sophia Choi isn't alive, Holly Jonas has a secondary, equally terrifying theory. What if Amy Choi has picked up exactly where her daughter left off? Amy Choi has been raging through Salem, completely devastated and out of control with grief. She broke into the Kiriakis mansion just to scream at Holly Jonas. I personally believe that Amy Choi is capable of anything right now. What if Amy Choi is the one tampering with the DiMera Pharmaceuticals drugs as an act of twisted revenge? It would explain why Destiny Rowland died and why Holly Jonas is suddenly collapsing. The internal logic of the show points directly to a grieving mother seeking an eye for an eye. Tate Black is doing his best to comfort Holly Jonas, but they are dealing with a threat that is completely invisible and incredibly deadly. And that brings us to Sarah Horton's desperate investigation. Sarah Horton is going to open up to Brady Black, and it is going to be an incredibly emotional scene. Sarah Horton wants this medical mystery solved because her medical license and her sanity are on the line. But more importantly, she is paralyzed by the fear of losing her niece. Holly Jonas might end up dying if they don't figure out what is poisoning these kids. During this heart-to-heart, both Eric Brady and Nicole Walker Brady are mentioned, and it just hits you right in the gut. The legacy of Eric Brady and Nicole Walker Brady is so heavy, and the thought of Nicole Walker Brady losing her daughter to this tainted drug crisis is just too much to bear. Brady Black and Sarah Horton are acting as rogue detectives right now, and they need to shut down DiMera Pharmaceuticals before another body drops. Now, it is time for the hot take section of the video, and I am not holding back. Let's talk about Gabi Hernandez. I despise how Gabi Hernandez operates as a mother. She constantly uses her daughter, Ari Horton, as a pawn to justify her own manipulative, selfish behavior. Gabi Hernandez thought she was being so clever when she bribed Salem bad boy Liam Saleko to leave town just to keep him away from Ari Horton. But her massive, controlling ego is about to blow up right in her face. Ari Horton just ran into Liam Saleko lurking around the corner at the hospital. When the two finally came face to face, Ari Horton demanded an explanation for his sudden disappearance. Liam Saleko couldn't give her the full story, but he absolutely dropped a massive clue that pointed straight back to Gabi Hernandez. And you won't believe what happens next. Ari Horton marches straight to her mother and confronts Gabi Hernandez with the fiery Hernandez temper we all know and love. Will Gabi Hernandez actually admit that she paid Liam Saleko to leave town? Or will she lie through her teeth and hope that Ari Horton doesn't find out the whole ugly truth? Let's be real. Gabi Hernandez's grand apology tour is failing miserably. Philip Kiriakis just dumped her because of her corporate lies with Titan, and now she is about to lose the trust of her own daughter. Gabi Hernandez never learns from her mistakes, whether it was with Nick Fallon years ago or Stefan DiMera. She tries to control everyone around her, and I am so glad Ari Horton is finally calling her out on her toxic parenting. Finally, let's circle back to EJ DiMera, because his week is about to go from bad to catastrophic. Rita Leslie is going to approach EJ DiMera and alert him to a rapidly developing new problem. The suspense here is killing me. Does this have to do with the tainted drug crisis spiraling out of control and hitting the press? Or is this about something much more personal, like Lexi Carver? We know that doctor. Wilhelm Rolf thinks he has solved the resurrection glitch with his new Versavix 2 super serum. But come on, this is Dr. Wilhelm Rolf. His solutions are always short-term, and they always come with horrifying side effects. If Lexi Carver's condition is deteriorating again, EJ DiMera is going to have to face the wrath of Abe Carver and Theo Carver, and he won't be able to hide behind his CEO desk this time. The stakes have literally never been higher, and Thursday's episode is going to set the stage for a massive summer explosion. So, I have to ask you guys, which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Thursday, the 25th of June, 2026? Do you think Xander Cook Kiriakis is going to accept Kristen DiMera's dangerous offer? And will Gabi Hernandez finally confess the truth to Ari Horton? Drop your wildest theories in the comments section below. I want to read every single one of them. And if you love diving deep into the drama of Salem, make sure you smash that subscribe button for Peacock TV Spoilers so you never miss an update. Stay safe, stay soapy, and I will see you in the next video.